Hey, what's up guys, welcome to FineGap, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how you can send data from a child component to a parent component. We know that when we pass data from a parent component to child component, we use props, but in this video we will discuss if you have a child component, how we will send data from this to a parent component. So without any delay, let's start. So first of all, you can see that this is a basic React.js component, and I will name this page to parent component. Basically, I'm using a Next.js. So, but the process will be same in both methods. So first of all, let me remove this empty div, and here I will type an empty fragment, and here I will create another component named child component. Okay, so you can see that now we will simply call this component inside our parent component, and let's suppose this child component will provide some news to our parent component, and this parent component will be display that news. Okay, so first of all, we need to display a function which will be responsible to show news. I will call this display news like this, and we need to pass this function as a props to our child component. So let me name this receiver is equal to display news. You can call this receiver any name, simply we are passing a prop. So maybe you can name this receiver news receiver or whatever you want. But now we have defined this receiver here, so we will also receive this prop in our child component like receiver. And now inside this component, basically this will display a button which will say transfer news to parent component, and on click of this button I will set an on click listener to this button. We will call handle send, or maybe we can call send news. Again, we need to define this function here. So const handle send news is equal to like this, and here we will call this function. So you can see that receiver, basically this is a props, but it contains a function. So simply I will type here receiver like this. Sorry, we need to paste here receiver. And now let me define a news here in a variable is equal to Pakistan lost the match from Indian team in 23 Feb. Okay, let's suppose this is a news. Okay, now simply we will pass this news as a parameter to this function, and you can see that it is giving us an error. But now this display news, inside this we also need to receive this news. Let me name this news, and here I will type here, maybe we can console this, or maybe we can alert this, or let me create a paragraph here which will contain a ref. So first of all, let me import use ref, and let me type here const pararef is equal to use ref. Initial value would be null, and here we need to define a ref. I hope you will able to understand that how we use ref in React.js application. So for DOM manipulation we can use this. We can use this built-in hook in React.js for DOM manipulation. So instead of get element by ID, you can use this paragraph.ref. Okay, so now simply we have received news in our this function, and now what I'm going to do, pararef, inside this we will find an object named current, and dot inner HTML is equal to news. Okay, so just ignore these are a little bit TypeScript errors. But now first of all, let me run the application to show you the output. Then we will understand that or we will repeat that what we have done in this code. So I'm going to type npm run dev. Okay, you can see that our application is running, and this is the button that we have created named transfer news to parent. Let me beautify this button first of all by giving a tailwind CSS class and some padding. Okay, you can see that. And now once I will click on this button, you can see that Pakistan lost the match from Indian team in 23 Feb. Okay, so basically what happened, that this news exists inside our child component, but we are displaying this news in our parent component inside this paragraph. Okay, so now let me repeat the whole process so you can understand in a better way. First of all, we will have a parent component, and we define a function inside this which was responsible to display the news. Okay, but this function do not contain news. What we do, we pass this function as a props inside our child component, and here you can see that we are receiving this prop, the same name we use here, with the same name we are receiving this prop, and this props basically a callback from a function. Okay, so now inside our child component we define a button. On click of this button we call a local function named handle standard news. Okay, so what this function is doing, it contain a news, and it call the function that we are passing here as a props display name. You can see that. Okay, so because we are receiving this using receiver, so that's why we have type hit receiver. So basically here we are calling this function, the function that we have defined in our parent component, and we are passing the news inside this. So once this function will be called, and this function exists inside our parent component, so in our parent component using useref, we are accessing this paragraph element, and we are inserting the news that we are receiving from child component to our this paragraph. So friends, this was the technique that how we can send data from a child component to a parent component. Okay, so obviously we can use libraries like Redux that is used for shared state management in different components, but this is the simplest and cleanest way to pass data from a child component to a parent component. I hope that this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.